newspaper crossword puzzle. It was 3 in the afternoon, which meant he had little time left to get around for work. He walked with a slight limp over to his bedroom, where he replaced the button-up t-shirt he had on with a fine suit, one of 4 in his limited closet. Then he switched into dress pants and walked to the bathroom. His reflection in the mirror didn't feel like him. Every time he looked over the last week, it was as if he was staring at someone new, someone put together. He adjusted his bow tie and fumbled with his razor, holding it with both hands to make sure he didn't cut his face with the blade. Then, when he was satisfied with the cut, he wandered back to the bedroom, and from the front pocket of his button-up t-shirt, he pulled a coin, which he promptly put in the suit jacket. After running through a list of items written on a sticky note, which had been placed on the fridge, he confirmed he was ready to go and stepped out the front door of his apartment. Once he'd managed to lock the door with his shaky hands, he carefully hobbled down the stairs to the ground floor and started the walk to the bus stop. It would arrive in 20 minutes, and he'd be at the Stone Diner in 40. Day 7 of the first job he'd had in decades. The novelty hadn't worn off yet, and he hoped it never did. Not that he was doing it for himself, it was all for a woman with too big of a heart. "I'm glad we could all come together one last time before college starts," Mela said, reclining in her spot in the restaurant booth. Her friends sat with her, focused either on her words or their phones. "Yeah, me too," one friend Candy said. "Everything is going to be so different." "I know. I don't know how the 3 of you are going to survive without having regular access to me. You might actually have to get jobs." "Sure, but what are you going to do?" "I'll find other girls who want to fawn over me. It won't be hard." "Speaking of hard," her friend Tammy said, "I'm seriously not sure what to do about the Danny situation." Mela had deemed Tammy the least important in her friend group, and she was regularly skipping their meetups to go out with Danny, her boyfriend of 2 years. It was beginning to cause serious damage to her status in the group. Any more interruptions like that, and she could face some serious consequences. Mela turned to confront her least favourite friend of the group. "I think it's about time I said this, Tammy. You need to stop seeing Danny. He's a bad influence on you. Honestly, for a year there, you weren't even sure he loved you." "That's not true," she countered. One of her other friends, Emma, shook her head. "It kind of is true. You didn't know what to do with yourself when he went away for a week. Remember the breakdown party?" "How could we forget the breakdown party?" Mela said. "The worst birthday party of my life. 18 was supposed to be the year, Tammy." "I still think 18 is your year, Mela," Candy said, arching one hand over her shoulder. Candy was Mela's long-standing favourite, if only because she was the biggest suck-up. She'd survived every rotation of friends and had gotten her fair share of favours because of it. "I guess we'll see. It really feels like a turning point." There weren't many people like Mela Stone in the small town she lived in. She knew this too. The teenager was conventionally attractive, with medium-length brown hair and equal eyes. She dressed to impress, largely thanks to her mother's successes with her businesses, choosing a purple dress and high heels. And, most importantly, she fought to stay the centre of attention no matter where she went. The restaurant, Stone Diner, was her mother's biggest venture. The place had almost become a second home to her. Every floor plan, every person on shift, and every food item was locked into her brain, and so she knew that at this specific hour of this specific day, she could ignore the person at the front desk and lead her 3 friends to a booth in the private areas in the back, where they had immediately reclined their feet on the cushions. "So, who's paying tonight?" Candy asked, looking around at the 3 others. Her eyes lingered on Mela for much longer. You say that as if it's ever anybody else, she replied, revealing her debit card. Tonight is a celebration after all. An older gentleman wearing the required service suit approached their booth and smiled at the four of them. My apologies, ladies. I didn't see the four of you come in on our system. Did you check in with the people up front? Mela was taken aback. The man standing in front of her was brand new, and in her mind, way too old to be doing the job. She thought her mum had finally agreed to only hire the hot guys in their 20s, not this. Actually, we don't need to check in or get reservations. My mum owns the place. I'm Mela Stone. But since you're here, I'll gladly get my drink order. He seemed surprised for a moment. Understood, Miss Stone. My name is Martin, and I will be your waiter for the day. What can I get you to drink? A tea is fine. 2 lemon slices, and they'll all have waters. Martin looked at the rest of them to confirm, something he found quite odd, but they either stared at him or nodded. I will get that to you right away. As he walked away, Mela rolled her eyes. I'm going to have another talk with Mom at some point. Did she seriously just hire some geriatric old man to the restaurant? He looks like she picked him off the street and put him in a suit. He looks like the men I get in my Instagram notifications, Tammy said. No, I think he looks more like the men in mine. All the men in yours are desperate. Mine no beauty. Have you decided what you're going to college for yet? Emma asked, not even looking up from her phone. If you'd been paying attention last week, Emma, you'd know that I was going for a business degree so that I could take over Mum's role as the owner of this place. Martin returned to the booth with their drinks, the 3 waters and tea. He began to dish them out, but Mela put her hand up. No need to bother. I'll take care of this. There's an order we have to go in. He nodded and set the drinks on the table, plate included. What can I get you 4 to eat then? Candy will have a sirloin and a salad, medium well. Tammy is going to have the same, but medium. Emma is vegan, so she gets 2 salad orders. And I will have the cream of broccoli soup, a medium rare sirloin, and a salad. Once again, he made eye contact with the other 3 to confirm her words, and bowed. I'll get these out for you as soon as I can. Is he limping? Candy asked as he walked away. Your mum sure knows how to pick the winners, Mela. Please, I don't want to think about him anymore. Here, Candy, then Emma, then Tammy, and mine last, of course. I'm a humble queen. She took a drink of hers, and the rest followed. Emma went immediately back to her phone. Is there something more important you're tending to right now, Emma? Sorry, my dad just got admitted to the hospital while we were walking. Sounds like his heart is having troubles again. Would you rather be there? She looked at Mila, doing her best to not crack. Well, it's all right. My mom and brother are with him. It can wait. Good. Now, anyway, college. My mum is naturally paying for my tuition, meaning when I head out in 2 weeks, all I'll have to worry about is finding the right sorority. Oh, and the classes, I guess. Cool, Candy responded simply. They sat quietly for 15 minutes as Mela grew more impatient. This new waiter should have been told that she took priority over the rest of the customers and that she was suffering from an outrageous wait time. When he finally came into view, after 20 minutes, her foot was tapping on the floor. 20 minutes to wait is unacceptable. I'm terribly sorry, Miss Stone. Please allow me to dish this out for you. No, thank you. You've done enough damage, I will... As she grabbed the serving plate to wrestle control of the food away from Martin, it all came crashing down. 5 salads, 3 sirloins, and a cream of broccoli soup toppled onto her, coating her dress and hair in hot soup, ranch, fries, steak,